Here comes the ball. There's that in the perfect lighting. Oh! At first, I was like giving me flashbacks, so you couldn't see it, but they were like, oh, it's perfect. It was like the perfect color. So you have a great shot. Mark time marker, 46 seconds.
Wake up, hit the morning, got smoke, got my own strain, one hit make you choke for that good.
Good evening, America.
Chip.
Yeah, I've got chip. It is blood
Football.
talk. That's pro football done.
I'm professional.
It's fuck generally.
Fuck yeah.
And of course, it is my buddy Scotty.
Yes, sir.
Scotty's in the building.
Trade day in the building. Trade day.
Scotty in the
Day?
building.
Is that okay? That works?
Yeah,
Trade day, right?
actually, people just call me that all the time.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, all kinds of names. Trey Day, Trejo, Treezy. We won't. I mean, some people still know me by my street name, like the street code name, like Rico. I always thought it was because I was going to catch a Rico. No, I'm just playing. It's because I was Puerto Rican. Anyway, so, but the Rico thing sounded way cooler, didn't it? It sounded like, like maybe I saw things.
You saw some things. I'm sure you've seen something.
Not a Rico.
Not enough for a Rico charge.
I've seen things.
I might have seen some things, but Rico charge is just a little too much. Just a little too much. But yeah, so what do we?
You might be asking too much of me.
Oh no.
No, not on this. Okay, so we have a show today, planned, and pretty simple. No, I'm just playing. So we're going to talk about the Chargers, the truth about the Chargers, and the truth about the Chargers is we'll talk about it in a second. As soon as everything stops falling around me, what the hell is going on? It's like I moved that one thing and then everything went bad. I should have just left it, never moved it, but no, I had to move it. It's because I wanted the scent in here to be lovely. The studio has to have a lovely scent of apricots in the blazing sun. I don't know. I made that part up. Anyway,
For the smell of weed.
Same. I'm like, same.
But
I got some.
But since we're in the new studio, we got to respect the new rules.
We could still dab. I mean, we could vape. We could vape in the studio. We just can't smoke carbonicogenic.
Yeah.
I've actually been laying off.
But we can go right outside. Man.
Right. I've been laying off. This will be the first flower I've smoked in probably like 5 days.
Speaking of, I need to blow that up.
What the fuck are you doing? Hold on. Let me produce a show.
So I'm a little thrown off because we don't have Podcast P in the
Who's
building.
not here to do his job or apparently be the champ first week
So
in.
hold on. What happens?
Do we get to take
is
his
it a
belt?
vacant belt right now?
It's like a whole year that you earn it for, so you can't just lose it over one show. I mean, that doesn't seem fair. It don't really seem very fair.
Temporary vacant belt?
We could suspend his ability to touch it.
Can we?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It's his belt.
It's
officially
a tough one.
Okay, so we also have pause for the cause. I guess we'll just have to cover for him. We're going to be talking about what division is most likely going to send 3 teams to the playoffs. And I think my argument for one NFC division may blow your mind.
Ooh, he's going with the NFC. Okay.
No, it's not the only.
No.
It's
You're an
the
NFC
one
guy. I get it.
Okay, well, this idiot was supposed to be here, so I was going to have like the weird, like off-throwing one.
Oh.
I brought the weird one, and so I'll just throw out his obvious pick. It's because look, he's going to pick the AFC East. That's what he's going to pick. I already know. So we'll skip that. That's too easy to me.
Okay.
And then of course we got Field Pimpin' with Scotty Pimpin'.
Yes, sir.
Of the last of last year's 14 playoff teams, 7 from each conference, it has become a customary fact that teams do not make, or excuse me, 4 teams do not make the NFL playoffs the next year, whether that's 3 from one conference or 2 and 2. I don't think it's ever been 4 and 7 from the other team came
flip.
back. Yeah, like I don't think I've ever seen a whole
flip of a division.
Yeah,
or
a whole conference. I mean, where it's like your 7 come back from that conference, and this conference has 4 full new ones and 3 that only return. That'd be wild. You'd be talking about at least one new division champ, because that's how you'd get in with because every division winner gets in. So that's right. There's one, and then you'd have to have 3 new wild card teams. That'd be crazy. Is what I'd be thinking. Or you'd have 2 new wild card teams and 2 new division. Oh my God, my mind is going nuts. Okay, so anyway, think it down.
We should probably
it's too
get
good.
into our-
Oh damn, it's too good. The Jazz kicked up. The Trey can't handle the Jazz, Scotty. When you hit the treasy with the Jazz, easy. Oh, measy.
Just don't hurt yourself, man.
Bro, you know I love jazz, man. Oh, it's so jazzy. No words, just music. Just let the beat play. Yeah. I also like soul jazz too. Yeah. All right, anyway, so my good friend, Podcast P should have at least called in. There's no days off. We set this up so you couldn't, basically. I mean, I'm a bastard for that. You could say that. But you can sit at your house on your phone for an hour.
So is this because I'm not gonna lie, you dropped the bomb on us last week with the just all of a sudden, oh, there's no calling in. I'm calling you out on air. Okay,
no, there's calling in. There's just no
but
Instagram video.
At first, that's what you said. So you kind of dropped. Is this
I
him being?
could see how
He's kind of throwing a fit, or what?
I could see how there could be some confusion there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just say, okay, be careful. There's Scotty slamming stuff.
My bad. I'm trying to roll us a joint.
Okay, that's fair, actually. Roll away, my man. Roll away, good man. Roll away. While you roll away, let's pause for station identification. It is, of course, Wake and Bake America Radio. That's the internet's home for cannabis radio shows. Check out all of our great shows right here on Wake and Bake America Radio, including our sports show, Blunt Football Talk, right here. Of course, we've got Newbie and the Doobie, of course, with new content.
Canada friends.
Weekly, our Canada show. And then, of course, you also got Chuck and Dillinger on Control Alt Against the Wall. Check those boys out.
From Michigan.
And of course, 2 Birds and 1 Stone are returning this fall and
Right here in Colorado.
and for a special
That's you.
summer edition of next year. No, I'm not. Actually, so I talked to Cammy about if the station would bring back Politically Stoned, and she was like, "I don't really like it when you do a political show."
Yeah.
Oh, you agree? Yeah. You didn't.
Oh no. I'm just listening. I'm just listening. I'm just here. Yeah. Okay. I hear you.
I feel you, dog.
For me, I would say there's a difference in you. There's definitely a difference in you, but I don't have to live with you. So.
I am done telling America you're ape shit stupid if you do this or this. Here's the reality. I'm actually still undecided at this point. I just know one person I won't vote for. We talked about that in the chat. You saw that chat. I know you did. And I was like, look, I don't know who I'm voting for, but I know who I won't vote for. One person. One motherfucker. I'm interested in...
I know 2 people that I don't really want to vote for.
Okay, that's fair, actually. 3 even. But... 3 even. But, yeah, we're not going to get into any of that on this show, because then I want to stab myself in the face with an ice pick, okay?
Okay, look. I don't know, man.
Nobody asked you to do that. See, this is what happens in this country. You hit one button and all of a sudden everything just starts going crazy. Okay, Kim? Crazy. All right. So anyway, I think we have to talk about a little situation there, buddy, called the Chargers, right? So the San Diego Chargers, right? I have told you that since they drafted Justin Herbert, that if you redrafted that class, you would be drafting Justin Herbert first and not necessarily Joe Burrow, possibly. Nah, that's not true. I could have said that maybe year 2 after his first year, but not now because Joey's been to a AFC Championship win and an AFC Championship loss. That's fair. Joey B's the truth.
Look, yeah, I'm sorry. Joe Cool?
Will you get that kid a fucking offensive line, by the way?
Joe Cool he's cool in my book.
Okay, so check this out. I want to talk a little bit about the Chargers because I think it warrants that. I'm going to ask you an honest question, and you're going to tell me a real answer.
Okay.
Or at least I hope so. So anyway, when we talk about the Chargers, Austin Eckler, their receiving core, their dominant defense, and they're still under a rookie deal, Justin Herbert, who just got his big deal, Justin Herbert. who's, by the way, I think he's carrying the biggest bag right now until Joey B probably signs his contract, then his bag will be the biggest bag. But Justin Herbert's the highest paid quarterback right now. So is this we have got to at least get to the divisional or AFC championship game as the Chargers this year. We can't miss the playoffs. We can't be fighting the Raiders for a tie to get in. We can't get bounced. No, it isn't. You don't think it's a make or break here?
No.
I think Eckler's gone next year. They're going to start losing
explain-
offensive people and defensive people.
Oh yeah, but this is the Chargers. This is something that they've done for years.
Is being just good enough, but never always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Basically,
I mean, come on. They've had LT.
Phillip Rivers years.
They've had Phillip
Rivers years. They went to the playoffs like every other year on average, and still could not get anything done. Not even a Super Bowl appearance. Their last Super Bowl appearance is the Chargers losing to the 49ers in '96, I think. I might have the year off by a year, but that's the damn game.
So do I think it's make or break? No, absolutely not. Now, is it make or break for some players?
Maybe.
Definitely.
Well,
definitely. I mean, but that's
Austin Eckler getting no younger. Running backs don't get younger.
That's the business. That's the nature of the business. You know, the beast is you get your chance, you run out your chance, and they move on. Like it's just how it is.
I just think that when we look at the AFC West, Patrick Mahomes is king. The Chiefs are on the top of the kingdom throne. The Red Kingdom is rised, but could there be a blue wave? Get it? Because it said, LA is on the West Coast. Okay. That was a cheap political pun too at the same time on purpose. So, but no, seriously, will there be a potential for a bolt action? All right. That's my last one I got. He's got more. I probably do. No, but seriously, I really do wonder, is it time to shine? Phillip Rivers didn't do this right away either. That's an easy argument for me. You know what I mean? But
I'm just saying, when you look at at the prestige of the team, when you look at what the team has done and what they do.
So this is fourth year, right? Yeah, he's from the 2020 draft class. This is fourth year. So it's not make or break, in my opinion, in Justin Herbert's stance. I mean, by God, he just signed his real NFL contract, as I like to call it, when you get that extension off the rookie deal, right? By the way, he likely would have been the reason the Chiefs got knocked out the playoffs had he not got hurt. Let's be honest. This dude was in that Jacksonville game, that dude, would he have been able to even play remember the game the Chiefs almost murdered him and he just stayed in there and played? Put this into perspective, guys. I think the Chargers are either going to be one of those teams that don't make the playoffs. Don't put that on the board for me, by the way. I'm not saying that yet. And we need to make sure we get podcast Peace because he's an idiot and didn't show up. We get to burn him as much as we want because he's not here to defend himself. I think that on this show, that is low grade easy and going easy on you. Low grade. But anyway, so no, seriously, I think that when I think about the Chargers, I don't think it's a make or break year for them in the aspect of the of Justin Herbert himself. But his contract, like many quarterbacks, are going to start weighing on the team's ability to bring in free agent talent. And you just can't get that lucky all the time in the draft. It just doesn't work that way. Right. So I think that this is a year that the Chargers have to go to the divisional round or the AFC championship. I don't think they need a Super Bowl championship. I don't think they need to win the division. I do think that they need to finish second and go to the playoffs. Akin to last year. Right. But let's go take a look at their schedule before we get too predictable on them, because could the schedule be the thing that hurts them or helps them? Because at times, when it's a make or break year and you get let's just say easy, but you get a mid-grade to mid-grade high schedule, but not a hard one, it becomes a year where all of a sudden you somehow outlast a Chiefs team who accidentally has an injury to a very important player at some position in the O or D. And all of a sudden they have to be the O for the Chiefs, I think, honestly. And all of a sudden the Chargers can win that division. Or are they the injury Chargers and they end up the essentially injury Chargers who limped into the playoffs and got knocked out by the Jags?
And that's the thing that's so hard this early in the year to really, because you don't know. Injuries can rock a whole team. Like, it could change the whole perspective. It can change the whole perspective of just the different divisions. I mean, whole divisions change.
Whole division change, whole playoff scenarios change, the whole night. So let's go
And
through.
I'm looking for that schedule.
And look, we are gonna be spotlighting some other teams that expectations have been high for a couple of years. And is it time to hit pay dirt before pay dirt hit you? Stay tuned for next week when we'll be breaking down the Bills' schedule. And do the Bills have what it takes to get past this team? And then guess who's coming up in that list of teams too? We're going to take a look at the Dallas Cowboys, who have year after year been a great team, but just failed to deliver when in crunch time, right? Playoff loss after playoff loss after playoff loss, barely any wins. There are teams right now, in my opinion, in the NFC and AFC side, that they are on the hot seat. I think Green Bay falls off of that hot seat without Aaron Rodgers there anymore, but they really were on the hot seat. Multiple MVPs, multiple NFC championship appearances, and couldn't get the job done. Simple and plain. But with Aaron moving over to the Jets, that sort of bestows or falls on the Jets now. Some people have low expectations. I'm not going to get into the Jets because you have to understand that team won 7 games last year. Equivocally, if they win 8, Aaron Rodgers did better than the team last year. Now, excuse me, let's not forget that they were also able, they almost, I mean, they were literally 1 or 2 wins and they would have made the playoffs with Zach Wilson. So do you think they have to win 12 or 14 games to be considered for real? Maybe. But
back to the Chargers.
Stick around. We got a lot of teams that are on the hot seat. There's a few.
Back to the Chargers, man.
49ers, what?
So
but here's their schedule.
Man, I want to say their bye is probably in the correct week, and that's week 5 because their first 4 games.
I don't like that. I want my bye week 13.
Right.
I
mean, typically you do
10 to 13,
right?
Yeah.
Because you're going to have the most people injured or
close
hurt
to or half the season done. Yeah, close to or half the season done too.
Right. But
I don't want to go limping into it at week 13 or 14. Actually,
first 4 weeks.
12,
ready?
Week 12, 10 to 12. Yeah, go.
The Dolphins.
Is it this ain't the Chargers schedule?
Dolphins.
Oh shit! I'm looking at the preseason. Hold on, let me get to the normal one.
Oh, preseason?
No, I looked at the preseason. Okay. That's not on you. That's on me. Just go to the Dolphins and shut up. Move forward. I already look like a moron.
So Dolphins, and it's at home. Season opener, week 1, September 10th.
Okay, next game.
And then next we have the Tennessee Titans. Right.
Okay.
Right. The new look Tennessee Titans.
Again.
Then we have the Minnesota Vikings.
I think that's a Dubskis.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be a good game.
Mm-hmm.
And then division rival Vegas Raiders.
I'm going to give that.
Always play tough.
Wait. At what game? Wait. Who's at home?
It's at
It's in Vegas or in LA?
In LA.
Okay. Then I'm sticking with my ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Then they got the bye week 5.
I don't like. Actually, I'm going to do this with the bye week. I don't like it. It's too early.
Then we got a Monday night game after that bye.
Bye week 5
is the Dallas Cowboys.
Week 5 is the first week of buys. That's why I'm saying that's a terrible buy. Yeah. When you think about it, you want 10 to 12. That's the sweet spot to me. 10 to 12 is the sweet spot.
I want it right in the center.
Right after game 9, which week 9 means we're halfway through the fucking season at that point. All right, go ahead.
So Dallas Cowboys right after the bye, Monday night game.
Yeah,
that one's a tough one.
I think that's going to be a good game, but I'm giving here's why the Chargers D. Oh man, that Dallas D. Guys, I'm telling you, I guess Pete's probably good. He took the day off because the Cowboys are going to be good next year. Anyway, moving on. Next year, not this year. God, that was good. Nobody got that.
I watched a little film today on Dak yesterday in practice throwing 2 interceptions.
Hey, you know who ain't been throwing a lot of interceptions in practice? Bryce Young. All jokes aside.
You know who's been throwing throws between their legs and behind their back? I don't think I need to mention his name.
No.
And that's who the Chargers play week 7 at Kansas City. Is right. So week 8 at home against the Bears. Go Bears.
I'll give them that one.
Yeah. Week 9, Monday night game. I'm assuming the Jets are probably having the most Monday night games of their lives this year.
But here's what I got for the Jets.
Uh-oh.
That's the Jets, because I got this one for the Chargers. I'm taking the Chargers in this game.
At
Now,
New York?
obviously,
In New York? In New York?
I don't give a shit. Things happen, and I may change during that week because that will probably be one of the marquee games. You know, we're picking 5 games a week that we're going to pick,
Right.
so it's always an odd number
That's
of
probably
picks.
going to be one. Yep.
Yeah,
I would
that's
say
probably going to be one that week.
Then week 10, they have the Detroit sellout season ticket
For the first time in a
Lions.
long time. But listen, and the first time since they built Ford Field, they've sold out the season.
They're going to LA to play them. So
Oh, okay, yeah. In LA, I'll give it to the Chargers, but those lines are going to be a tough team, though.
right. They got that dog.
That might be a game that's on if the spread is close enough, it might be one we're picking on.
Week 11, we got we're going to Green Bay.
Okay.
The Packers. Week 12, the Ravens. That's going to be a tough one.
Ugh.
Then we got the
So we're going
New England Patriots going to the Patriots.
Fuck that. The Chargers are going to get them.
Then Denver, they get to play in LA.
They get Denver
Sunday,
and LA no
December
matter
10th.
what. I believe that.
And then Vegas again. They go on to Vegas this time.
I think they get Vegas
Bills.
and Vegas. Somebody's got to lose
So-
that division.
So they go Vegas, Bills, Broncos, Chiefs for the last
Oof.
4 games.
We got it on a remix. It was that bad.
So do they make the
Oof.
playoffs? It
So-
is an AFC West division, which, let's be real, has the Chiefs.
This schedule is bad. Like,
schedule's
I'm just
tough.
going to be honest
The
with you.
schedule's a tough
This
schedule.
schedule is so bad for them. Like, this schedule is bad. Like, they may have one of the toughest schedules in the league this year. Just looking at it hands down, at face value. Without any games played so far, no injuries, all that good jazz, right? At face value, they may have one of the toughest schedules in the NFL. I mean, think about this. They have to play the Chargers. I'm just kidding. Small joke aside. They have to play the Dolphins, who are potential contenders, Titans, potential contenders for their division, Vikings, potential contenders for their division, the Raiders, then the Cowboys, contenders for their division, contenders for a playoff spot, no matter what. Then they got the Chiefs, contender for a fucking Super Bowl, the Bears, then which also could potentially contend for that division. We don't even know how that one's going to go with Aaron gone. That whole division's wide open, but I think Detroit might actually take that. And then they got to play the Jets, who many think might be a playoff team and potential contender. They got to play the Lions, a contender. They got to play the Packers, and they play the Ravens, a contender. They play the Patriots, which they play the Patriots, and they play the Broncos, and they play I'm not calling the Broncos a contender. I'm sorry, Scotty. After what happened last year, I will not be sucked into your soup. I promise you. Anyway, so the Raiders again. Then they play and then like you said, they close out the fucking season with the division rival Raiders on the road, the Bills, and they go to the Broncos on the road, division rival, right in the middle of the fuck, dude. That's New Year's Eve. Oh my God, those tickets are going to be like $800 a piece for shit seats, and we should still go. And then they got the cheap. I'm not going to that. Fuck that. I will watch that from a bar and celebrate and not fucking freeze my balls off, or watch it from my house and not get jumped in my Chargers jersey. Come on, that was a good one.
No.
All right, so and then we got. January 7th, they're going to finish the season against the defending Super Bowl champions, which, by the way, if the season turns out a little bit more sparing for the Chargers and a little less sparing for the Chiefs, that last game is set up for a reason. That's who they believe might be contending for that division. Those two teams. If you ever look at how it ends, it's usually either two teams that are washed, right, from the same division or not, or it's two teams that they think are going to be fighting for a playoff spot or the division, right? So anyway, that's not how the schedule works out. I don't think it's not planned like that, but it feels like it. I think that the Chargers are in trouble this year, and they could be one of the teams that don't make the playoffs because somebody has to lose from last year, regardless. Before we go to our break, I think we should do our second segment. Then we'll take a break and come back, which will give you plenty of time to actually get ready.
I'm ready.
Oh, shiznit, man, you a gangster. Okay, so what's up next on the docket, right? First off, everybody loves good food, creativity. I couldn't find the right commercial. I found it in the wrong format, so I didn't take it. Good times. But your wife's commercial made it into the distro. Everyone loves creativity, good food, and hard work, and that's why it's easy to love Sam's Creations. Sam's Creations is a one Because I just don't believe that it's either New England or the Jets. They're just out. I'm sorry. So let's go to the AFC South. No, that's an easy no for me because Houston's a no.
He didn't even name the team.
Houston's a no. I already picked the Jags to not be in the playoffs. I'm pretty sure they're only going to send one team, and it's going to be the Titans most likely. But I think the Colts and the
Titans
Jags
definitely look good this year.
Listen, the Colts have a rookie quarterback, and while I believe Anthony Richard, AR-15, well, now I think he's changed to 5, so AR-5 will be, I believe, one of the better quarterbacks should his career flourish the right way. With what I told you, fuck all the bullshit. You get a good coach, a good system, and good people around him. With what I saw on tape, that kid has it all, and then the arm to fucking chuck it up. Fuck yeah. I'm excited for this kid. But guess what? He's a goddamn rookie, and it ain't happening. So that's why you have 2 rookie quarterbacks that are going to likely be starting in this division.
Who do you think you are?
So no. What do you think about the AFC South?
AFC South, no. I have to agree with you on that one.
It's the 2 starting rookie quarterbacks for me.
You're really looking at one team division there, and that's the Tennessee Titans.
Well, and if I had to pick one, I'm not going to tell you.
It's not even leaning on.
We're going to pick one rookie that could make the playoffs of all the rookies quarterbacks that could start. That one that we're just going to say, like, who do you think could make that play? We all could pick the same guy, but I've already got mine picked. I know exactly the guy who has the right team around him and all the right tools around him and the right defense to. Well, okay, actually, I know 2 guys now. Damn it. All right, moving on. See, this is why I can't make my decision. That's why I don't even want to talk about it yet because I'm not ready for that conversation. Anyway, I didn't study.
This guy went from, I know who it is, to, I talked myself out of it.
I didn't study for that. This wasn't the test I studied for. I studied for this test.
This fool really talked himself out of it.
I did.
You guys witnessed him.
Because I really did too. All right, so, and then you have the AFC West. You have the Denver Broncos, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Las Vegas Raiders, and the Los Angeles Chargers. Yes, but here's my take on that. Everything would have to go good, just perfect for one of these 4 teams. But if you said, do these 4 teams all have a defense? You're goddamn right they do. And that's the first building block to getting to the playoffs is you got to have a defense. And then you can look and go, do all 4 of these teams have a good quarterback? Well, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. And they all got a running back too. So can these, as long as they get Jacobs back, can these, or well, there's so much going on there. But anyway, so the question is can the AFC West send 3 of those 4 teams? Absolutely. But it would take a lot of beating up on each other and then whooping the dog shit out of people outside of your division. That's what it would be.
Right. In the AFC.
And some hard luck on some hard luck on some other teams.
And I think that is where we could possibly run into a snag on any AFC team is how does the other side do? You know what I mean? Like, is the other side, how many teams did the other side send? Right? So when you look at that, and we're talking about the AFC,
just across the board, the AFC is going to be.
I think it's very, very tough. I think
we said 3 divisions could send 3 teams in the AFC for a reason.
You're big on the kid, right? You've always been big on the kid,
and he showed up.
Right.
Just injuries on that whole team have caused them to get bounced out the playoffs.
The Chiefs are who we think they are.
They are who we thought they were. Remember that Danny Green video where he did a fucking podium?
The Raiders are just like, you're always wondering, are they good?
They've got a quarterback.
You're always wondering.
Look, Carr's moved on. They brought in a guy they want, quote unquote, right?
Right.
And then they've got, and I still feel so bad. Of course, I draw a blank right now, but Devontae Adams. There we go. Right. They got Devontae Adams, and then they do have a really solid defense. I mean, it's not arguable that but I think that
they win.
The Achilles heel of the AFC West and why I don't think they will send 3 teams is the same thing as why they could. They're going to beat the fuck out of each other. Most people forget that the Chargers were 1 play away from being the division winners. Simple and plain. Or, well, okay, they would have won the division, 1 more games in the division than the Chiefs, and they would have beat the Chiefs twice. So, yeah, people have to remember, like, this division is not for the Chiefs to just take, but you have to respect and say that they should.
Right. Well, and all that being said, and a lot of the points that you point to this, and I just don't think it is. I don't think the AFC West is one of those ones that can send 3. I think it's, yeah. I think it's the Chiefs. The Chiefs are in.
All right.
The rest, I don't know.
Let's go to the counterpart, the NFC West. And I'm going to go with no, because I think San Francisco and Seattle duke it out for the top of that division. And that predicated on, boys staying healthy. The Rams are not slacks, but they're paying the price for the ring. And the Cardinals, I mean, by God, they will not get Kyler Murray back. And he's coming back off an ACL injury until probably halfway through the season. Maybe a little earlier if they're lucky, but I say, why rush it? So they're just, that's a basement division. I say they might only send one, actually, not two even.
I think that's so funny that, and that's kind of what I'm saying about my division, AFC West is probably one.
But not because you suck, though.
Well, no, but I think it's funny that you're saying the same thing about your division.
Do you like my fantasy
I would
football team?
actually agree where, and I think a lot of people would agree with you, where no, it would be a no. It would be a firm no.
Firm no. Yeah, firm no on that division. So, do you like my fantasy team name, Spirited Knee Tear? And it's a picture of Kyler getting carted off.
No, man, it's horrible.
Your team name is supposed to be horrible. That way, if you win, I mean, I won mine with the Murray up offense. That was actually a pretty good one, though.
I had oh my goodness, what's his?
I really
face?
wanted to
called
win.
him Saint Nick.
Dude,
I changed my team.
I can't remember
to Old Saint Nick.
But I wanted to freaking
Those
win.
are the
I wanted to win last year.
Names you need.
Dude, full JJ wattage. I wanted to win and
That's
have that on a trophy, man. That was a good one to have on a trophy. But Spirited Knee Tear
No.
with a picture of Kyler Murray.
No.
You're saying I should change it?
No.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna keep it.
It's not good.
Should I change it?
You should definitely change it.
You should definitely change it.
Yeah.
I hate you. I'm not changing it.
Don't change it.
It's
Whatever,
funny.
man.
It's fucking funny. It's raw. It's raw. And what's raw is I tore my ACL in the same year Kyler did, because I just tore this one, dude.
How'd that make you feel?
A lot of pain, actually, you fucking dick.
What if somebody put a picture of you up and called you out and said some dumb shit about you?
You should do that. Like talk show needs it or something, and put up a picture of me. I should do that to myself. Wait a minute. Hold on. I shouldn't even give you the gratification, but I should wear Kyler's jersey so it hits both ways. Is that too far still? You won't take a towel off his face.
Oh my God.
Okay, so let's go to the next division. Let's go Tampa Bay, New Orleans Saints, Carolina Panthers, Atlanta Falcons. And I'm going to go no, because Atlanta, no, they don't have a quarterback. Carolina, no. Well, okay, so it's new quarterback. New Orleans actually will probably win this division with Derek Carr, to be quite honest with you. They just got to survive those games without Kamar because of his suspension for that fight during the Pro Bowl last year. Now, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you want to know the truth? You know the truth? I got them on the board for won't make the playoffs, but they're the one that could be the sneaky sneak in. If the Saints take an injury to Carr or something, right, and they falter, Baker Mayfield could be just good enough to win this division. However, so could Bryce Young. We'll talk about rookie quarterbacks another week.
I was gonna say you got to. You know what type of rabbit holes we can go?
Oh my God!
In the preseason,
that's why I'm rolling because nobody's played anybody for anything that matters, so we can say anything.
There's some injuries that have already happened. Like when you look at the Broncos receiving core.
So this is why the Dolphins got slid in. This is why the Dolphins got slid in, because they took defensive injuries that I think that's going to cause them to fall behind. And who's going to replace them? The Jets, maybe? No, maybe not. But it could also be Cleveland. It could be
the Jets are making the playoffs.
I'm going to laugh if they don't. Are you going to laugh if
I would don't? I will actually. I will. You know what? At the end of this,
$20 right now, just a buddy bet. Jets don't make the playoffs. You can have the Jets making the playoffs, and I'll say they won't right now. $20. $20 buddy bet.
It's on. Hey, look,
it's on camera. $20 buddy bet. Jets don't make the playoffs, and you got them that they do, right? They do. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that bet. I just feel like the Jets are so bad luck that something is bound to fuck this up. I'm sorry. And I'm going to make $20 off of
just
it.
Bet for the
and
Jets.
I'm going to make $20
just
off
so you
of
guys know that is the first time.
I took advantage of you.
Probably the only
I took advantage of you.
that I will ever.
Still mad about that AFC Championship game or the divisional game with the Jets? I'm just like,
I don't want to talk about it.
That
we're not going to go into why.
Broncos got smoked that game.
We're not going to go into why.
Okay, so no, I don't think the NFC South sends 2 teams. They're lucky if they send 1. No, wait, they have to send 1. There you go. So they're not lucky they send 1. It's just they have to send 1. If this was a table, they may send none. Let's go to the NFC North. No, simple and plain, because they're all just good enough to beat up each other, right? And so I think you just get the Lions and maybe the Vikings kind of falter to the top of that pack, and that's the best you can hope for playoff teams out of that division. And this division, yes, but for all the worst reasons. The Dallas Cowboys, the New York Giants, and the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Washington Commanders, and I'll tell you, which by the way,
because the other side is garbage.
The new owners are looking to change their name. By the way, they hate it, and we all hated it. So it's perfect. Let's fucking change it. Well, it'll be the name that only lasted 2 years, right?
Shout out to Speedy.
Shout out to Speedy. Shout out to Magic Johnson for talking the other owners into changing that fucking name. Good job, Magic. Magic with the layup. Magic.
Turn the temperature up.
Magic with the dunk. Yeah, turn up to red.
It is on red.
Yeah, that's the one you want.
Yeah.
That's where it gets you right in the nuts. Bam!
Yeah.
Okay, so this division, because you have the Eagles who are likely to win it.
Right.
The Cowboys are still a contender, and you could see the Giants.
They are until you start seeing
really
interceptions in real life.
Look, you could see the Giants or the Commanders literally fighting the likes of the Minnesota Vikings, and maybe a Chicago Bears, the likes of maybe the Tampa Bay Bucks or Panthers, and then the likes of maybe the Seattle Seahawks fighting for that last wild card playoff spot. So the truth is, yes, they can. And you wonder why? Because yes, they did last year.
Well, and
they did it last year.
Just to clarify why it happened last year is because the other side sucked. The other side of their division didn't have shit going on for them. You can't put in shit in the playoffs, man. You shit in the playoffs, and no, there's no shit in the playoffs. Don't be shit in the playoffs. But I agree with you.
If the Commanders had won 2 more
same
games,
thing for me.
If the Commanders had won 2 more games, they would have literally been the first division to ever put in all 4 since they split to 4. Yeah, that's wild.
Close.
That's wild.
Like it was close, and that it's because the other side of the division is horrible. Can I say it one more time for you? Can we look across the table and loser or loser?
Well, and if you look at the NFC South, you had the Falcons, Panthers, and New Orleans not make the playoffs. You look at the NFC West, and you had the Rams and the Cardinals not make the playoffs. And then you look at the NFC North, and you didn't have Green Bay, Detroit, or Chicago make the playoffs. Only Minnesota did as a division winner. You know what I mean? And so it opened the door to where they almost slid 4 in. All they needed was, check this out. All they needed was Seattle to literally lose 1 or 2 more games. But see, what would have changed is Seattle would have lost that game, then Green Bay would have been in, or the Lions would have been in, so it wouldn't have been from their division. Never mind. The Commanders fell off too far. I give them too much credit, but they got close. I would say going into like week 12, we were starting to wonder if that would happen. And then, of course, the Commanders did us a solid like they always do. Dan Snyder sold the team, and here we are. New name coming soon. I think next year, maybe the year after, they'll change it, but I hope it's next year. I hope they just get rid of it. That name's dumb. Washington needs a cool name. Like, don't tie them to, like, the Commanders and Chiefs, the commander of the country, commanding the country. Like, Washington's already too politically driven. We don't need the fucking team to have a political name, too. Like, what do you think? What do you think it should be?
The Washington Snickerdoodles.
What the fuck? You know what I think they should be? What if they were the Washingtons?
Oh my God.
What if they're the Washington Generals?
Apples.
Oh, what are the Washington Mount Vernons? No, that's dumb. What if they were just the Washington? Fuck. Washington.
What? Look, Washington, we understand that it was a struggle. Okay.
What if we go unpolitically political? What if we call them the Washington Monuments?
Washington Monument.
I'm slow clapping myself, and I don't care.
Okay, no. They
That's
have
not-
a
that
little, they
doesn't
have a
bad,
little
right?
statue.
It's got a little ring to it.
They have
It's
a
an
little,
obelisk.
They have a little statue
It's an
as
obelisk.
their mascot.
It's an
Mascot?
obelisk. It's technically it's an obelisk. It's very masculine though. It looks like a giant penis in a sense. Comes from Egyptian culture. You know, it means great power, right? There's obelisks all over the world for a reason. Yeah. So yeah, I think the Washington Monuments. I think that'd be a good name. The
That's
Washington
way better than
Monuments.
the Washington team.
Or the football team. What do we
Washington
call
football
them?
team.
What did we call it for a whole year? The what the fucks? Or the fuck the whats or whatever. It
We
was
caught them a lot of shit that year, actually.
okay. That's fair. All right, we're gonna get out of here for the day. What a fun show! We're gonna get it dialed in, and we're gonna make sure we don't leave this thing not playing during commercial breaks because that's not our style. Okay, that is definitely our
I
style.
apologize for him.
I do not apologize. For
I knew
me.
he wouldn't, so I did it for him.
I mean, honestly, I don't generally apologize for me. We get out of here.
I'm not going to apologize for smoking weed.
Me neither.
Yes, now, yeah. You hear that boy, Wally P? Now, my smoke good in here. Come here, man.
Not bad.
Blow that good thing up, man.
I might change.
Yeah, man.
I might change, man.
Feel the vibes.
Oh, that's permanent.
You do it on the board, bro.
See me niggas